What's up, zombie killers? This is Eddie Rotten with the Zombie Life Podcast. We actually recorded this just before Mother's Day, so, you know, sorry for the delay. This is the Pod Guys Network, by the way. I know you listen to them. You're on it right now. Well, listen to all the wonderful shows on the Pod Guys Network because they all kick ass. That's right. They kick ass.
Yes, the military has merged with the government scientists to try to contain the vicious outbreak of zombies across the globe, calling themselves the ASMZ, or the American Science Military for Zombies. And despite all this mayhem around us, the conspiracy theorists are pouring in, blaming the ASMZ for creating zombies for population control, accusing the government of killing off 80% of our population in order to form a peaceful one-world government. All that is certain is that most conspiracy theorists are getting their information from a podcast called Jig and Eddie Rotten. Here's some of Eddie Rotten's rant before the ASMZ moved in.
That's what we have to do as a team. That's what we have to do together. We can defeat the zombies. We can defeat the ASMZ. All the ZFC across the world. Come together. Get your food. Get your water. Get your guns. And get your ammo. It's the Jig and Eddie Rotten Zombie Life Podcast!
Check. 1-1-1-1-2-2-2-2-2. Dude, I'm good, man.
Awesome. Same here. It's been a long time.
It has been. I've done so many things.
What have you been up to?
Dude, lately I've been really, really sick. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I came down with some kind of super bug that came over from Vietnam. I'm just playing.
Sounds wonderful.
And I can hear what you've been up to. I can hear it in the background.
Yeah, she's got a set of lungs in her, isn't she?
So how many diapers have you changed?
Hundreds. We've gone through a few packs. A hell of a lot of packs.
Yeah, so what all did you get as gifts for the new baby?
What did we get as gifts?
Yes.
Well, we haven't paid a single penny for pretty much anything yet.
Wow.
So we've been doing, the parents and that have bought us, our whole baby room's been set up and we haven't paid a penny.
Yeah.
Nappies or diapers, as you'd call them.
Yeah.
You know, they've all been paid for by parents and people. We've had clothes given to us, all sorts. We haven't paid a penny. So,
man, that is beautiful. Isn't that awesome?
It is. It's good. It is. It's nice.
Now,
but it's going to be a killer when it all runs out.
Why do you have to wait to have a baby to have people give you free shit? You know, why can't you just?
I don't know.
You
kind of get free shit on your birthday, so
yeah, that's true. Once a year,
it's not bad. And now we'll get stuff on Father's Day as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, Father's Day is coming up, and now Mother's Day is coming up, and you have a really good reason to buy stuff.
Our Mother's Day's been.
Your Mother's Day is over.
Yeah, we've had ours. Pretty sad.
When? Like last week or something?
No. Babe, when's Mother's Day? March.
Huh.
Is Mother's Day for us. So we've had ours long gone.
I wonder why it's a whole month in advance. I guess that they can offset the sales. Weird.
When's your Father's Day in America then?
Father's Day, I think, is next month. In April.
In April. See, ours is in June.
Huh. Maybe it is in June.
Yeah, because I know. Because in June, we have a busy month in June. We have 3 birthdays and 2 Father's Days.
Let me ask my phone. When is Father's Day? My phone's about to tell me when Father's Day is. Let's see. Father's Day is typically, Wikipedia is showing up right now.
Oh, nice.
Is the 3rd Sunday in June. Yeah, so ours is in June too.
Oh, awesome. You lied.
I'm just retarded. I don't know. I'm too hillbilly to keep up with dates.
That's okay. It's not a problem.
I had my grill redid too, so I got I got new choppers while we were on our hiatus.
All right.
And
because
I had
long
I had hillbilly teeth, and so I decided to get gangster teeth, and so now I've got like
Gangster
gold-plated.
teeth.
I've got gold-plated grill. I'm just playing.
I was going to say. Proper
Like,
gangster.
how dare you?
If I had gold-plated teeth, I would be putting them out to sell.
Yeah.
So they would not stay in at all.
But aside from both of us, dude, there's a lot of crap going on in this world.
There is.
Yeah, and that's why we're.
There's been so much happening the
That's
last
why we're
few.
here.
I mean, it's been like nearly a month
Yes.
since we've recorded, or since I've recorded.
Yeah, it's been about a month. I recorded with Pete a couple times. He came down for a surprise visit, and that was wonderful.
He did. I knew he was coming down for a surprise visit.
Oh, you bastard! I didn't know he was coming down.
Yeah, he told me.
I had a gay moment on the show. Whenever he came down, I didn't know he was going to be here, and so I totally gayed out and almost got teary eyed. Because I was so happy to see him. I hadn't seen him in so long. It's like my buddy, you know.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But that's okay.
Yeah. We spoke. He said he was going to go down. So
I've
I
got
knew
some
before you did.
I've got some train wreck news before we get started because we've got a lot of things to cover. First, and foremost, there's zombies that we have to talk about, real zombies and fake zombies. I think we need to talk about Frequency, the book that I'm writing. I think that we need to talk about the website that you've set up, and it's awesome and brilliant.
Yes.
I think
we need
to talk about something else that's happening on WordPress that I want to call and complain to them about.
Okay.
And I'm so glad you're taking your web design class because soon enough we can kick them to the curb and we'll have our own URL or whatever like that.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that's cool. We can talk about
Facebook
Evil Dead as well if you want.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about it. Have you seen it?
I went to see the new Evil Dead, yeah. So we can talk about that a bit later.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'll get to it. But I did like it, yeah. I did like it.
Good.
It's awesome.
Well,
so what do you want to get started on then?
Well, I'm going to cough a little bit throughout the show because I still have this thing kind of kicking around in my lungs.
That's right.
So I went to WordPress to type in Zombie Life, right? Yeah. And usually I type in zombielifepodcast.wordpress.com. But this time I got lazy. I just typed in zombielife.com. And it says right across the front, just another WordPress.com weblog. But somebody else has started a Zombie Life blog. And it's got the like a picture image that says the zombie takeover. And it's got stuff from LMFAO. It's got some weird looking Wizard of Oz type shoes on there. It's got something about Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj on there. All things about Lil Wayne. I hate all that stuff. I can't stand pop music.
What did you type in?
I typed in, originally I typed in zombielife.com, and then it took me to a link, and I ended up typing zombielife.wordpress.com is what came up in the URL. And
Zombie Life, available on the App Store now.
Oh, that's what came up?
Yeah, I've got a game. That's a...
Oh, yeah. So we waited too long, and we can't have Zombie Life... Well, I guess we could still have zombielifepodcast.com.
Well, that's what we were originally going for.
Yeah.
Because that's what you've got with GoDaddy, haven't you? If you type in zombielifepodcast.com, it takes you to GoDaddy.
Right. But I don't know. It's just kind of threw me a loop whenever I typed in zombielife.wordpress.com, and it's got somebody else's crap up there. And I kind of wish that we were the only ones that were allowed to use that. I need to go copyright that. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You need copyright, man.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Stop waiting around.
I think if you copyright it as well, you can get the on Twitter where people like official people have an official stamp like a tick.
Yeah.
Say they're the official people. I think if you get copyright, I think you can have that official tick.
Huh. I don't think I know what a tick is.
Site.
What is a tick?
If you
a tick. Well, I know what
Twitter.
I what did you say? I love how you just said that.
Go to Twitter.
You said it again. You actually pronounced the two T's in between. That's wonderful. Americans are too lazy. Twitter. We say Twitter.
To be honest, normally it's go to Twitter.
Twitter. So you don't even actually, you don't even say the T's. You just bust out with the
Twitter.
A in the end. Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Go to Twitter.
Go to Twitter. Go to Twitter.
Okay.
And log in.
I'm there right now. I'm looking at it. Bingo.
You're there now, right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Now let's search.
Scroll down. You see there's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Search in the search bar. Search for Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell?
Right? Now
Yeah.
see that Bruce Campbell with the blue tick?
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That means that is the official Bruce Campbell.
Okay. Huh.
And when Mark Young copyrighted Wardust, he got, if you type in Wardust...
Yeah.
He's
copyrighted that.
Yeah, he should. I'm sure he was, or he was in the middle of getting an official tick. Oh, we did that.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
But yeah, you can get like an official tick to say that you are officially, like, you know,
that's yours. That like you own that.
We could go
you
for
own
that.
that. Yeah, we should do that.
That is officially us. So we should go for it. See what happens.
Oh, dude! While I'm here on Twitter, and whenever we scan over to Facebook, or however you say, how do you say Facebook?
Facebook.
It sounds just like me. Okay, so whenever now that we're here at Twitter.
Twitter.
Libby Marie from Two Funny Girls. You know who I'm talking about?
I do indeed. I've spoken to her a few times. She seems like a genuinely nice girl.
She has a contest up on her podcast, and I told her I'd promise I would mention it on this show. So if you go to Two Funny Girls and you listen to it, she's giving away a whole bunch of stuff. And now that I'm here on Twitter, I can talk about it. So if you go to twofunnygirls.com or thepodguysnetwork.com and look it up, well, just listen to the podcast.
Podguysnetwork.com.
We're giving something away. We're actually giving away a ZFC T-shirt that I still have to send you because I'm so lazy and I'm such an ass, dude. I'm so sorry. But
just hold it all back and send it in one.
Okay, but we're giving away a free T-shirt from the Zombie Life Podcast, and I'm working on getting a Zombie Life Podcast logo and a new shirt made with all new images and lettering, and everything's going to be really, really cool. But for this giveaway on Two Funny Girls, you can listen to her episode and listen and just answer the question. I think the question is, what's the name of the book that my blog, eddierotten.com, is called? Which is Frequency. Okay. So all you have to do, is call in, listen to her podcast, and call in or whatever, and then you win a free T-shirt. I think I'm giving one or two of them out. Can't remember.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
it's very nice of you.
Well, it's the least I could do, man. I mean, she's having kind of a rough start getting things going. And so she's relatively new to the Pod Guys Network, and I don't think that she was even looking to be part of a network. Somebody found her or something. But right off the bat, the chick that she was doing her show with left and just kind of caused all kinds of problems.
Yeah, God bless her.
Yeah, so, you can't win them all. That's what I was texting with her last night on Facebook. You can't win them all. And believe me, like on the Dirty Rotten show, we had a contest going to where we would give a bunch of free stuff away. And just like you and me, we did an episode with Cirque Michaels from Evil Dead the Musical, and nobody tried to do that. I mean, that's 4 free tickets in Vegas, for crying out loud.
And
so,
nobody did it.
Nobody did it.
Bitches are crazy.
Bitches is crazy. That's all right, though.
Crazy.
Right here, I see on Twitter, right underneath a couple of our posts is the Armed Citizen Project, and they had a convention here in Houston last weekend, and I was supposed to go to that, but I got sick, and then my son got sick, and I had to stay home, and then I had to go into work.
Jeebus.
Yeah.
Huge. It sucks.
Yes, and my voice is I'm still coughing up, stuff. And but I wanted to give a shout out to them with the Armed Citizen Project. And if you listen to I think it's our last show.
It was our last show. I listened to it and I really enjoyed it.
Isn't that wild what they're
cool.
doing?
It's strange for me because I don't get the idea of, in my eyes, guns equals bad.
Right,
Guns
but
never
who's going to
equal
be
good, but
who's going to be the
it's,
first who's going to be the first person to get a gun? A criminal, right?
What do you mean?
Well, a criminal
yeah.
would most likely be the first person to get a gun, and so if that would automatically.
Does that mean all criminals are people with guns?
Huh?
Does that mean all criminals are people with guns?
No, not all criminals are people with guns, but most criminals are people with guns. Yeah. Well, here in Texas or in the United States, yeah. And that means that they have an immediate hand up on my freedom and my security. And so I want a gun so I can try to defend my freedom and security. But again, we were raised in that kind of mentality, and in the UK it's completely different, where you don't really need a gun. You can beat each other to death with bats or whatever.
It's quite... I wouldn't say it's impossible to get a gun in the UK. You can get guns in the UK, but it's just along stricter rules, and to me...
Right.
I don't want, like I've said it before, I don't want, in America, you can be some fucking half-wit and still get a gun, and to me, that scares me, thinking that half the people in my town I wouldn't trust with, to raise a child, let alone have a gun.
Yeah. But we were talking about the Armed Citizen Project, and those guys are awesome, and he said that anytime we're ready, he's willing to come back on and talk to us about the event that they had here in Houston, which had for the Rifle Association, they had like thousands of people show up for it, people that want to keep our rights, to keep our guns, and the Armed Citizen Project was there to make a presence, and it was pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the interview. And I listened to it about a week after it went up online. And I found it quite interesting. It's definitely interesting to see like how the other half live, basically, and how different it is to the way I live. Really,
it is.
It is interesting.
You know what though? I was watching on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
on the Zombie Life Podcast Facebook page. You posted something about
Anonymous.
Anonymous, and it's on the website too.
I did. I really enjoyed watching it, to be honest.
So what? I haven't gone back to see the whole thing. What does he say? So Anonymous is a group of hackers that says they will destroy the world if we don't play by their rules, basically, or which is right, But what do they say exactly in this video?
It's basically them talking directly to the government, basically, saying buck your ideas up, stop taking from the poor and giving to the rich. Basically, in the long run, stop being cunts. Otherwise, we'll have to sort it out ourselves. And it's interesting. I definitely recommend you watch the video. You can find it. I think it's pretty much everywhere. It's on our Facebook page, and it's on our Zombie Life Podcast at WordPress.com as well. Big picture. It's the picture of the dude in the hoodie wearing the Vendetta Guy Fawkes mask, and he's just basically just trying to dictate to the government, saying you shouldn't be cunts and you shouldn't do things to profit your own back, sort of thing. And everything they say, you'll find.
I think I have it here, man. Do you care if I play it?
Yeah, no, go for it.
This is the anonymous. This is the anonymous message to the UK public, aired on YouTube. Let's see if I can hear it here. I don't hear anything yet. Do you?
No. Do you know what's quite freaky? Is your son in the room?
Yeah, whispering.
Yeah, it's freaking me out big time, man. All I can hear him is going.
Yeah.
I was just praying that you weren't going to turn around and say, no, he's not in the room.
Greetings, world. We are Anonymous. On January 5th, 2013.
What is up? This thing should be playing.
To protest against the dishonest tax-avoiding corporations on the high streets of Britain. The day was a huge success. We shut down all of the tax dodgers who decide to exploit us, and congratulated the businesses that do pay their tax. Members of the public were supportive, and we hope to have increased awareness to the public on this matter. However, this is only the beginning. By not paying their corporate tax back into the system, the corporations are stealing from the public. The tax goes towards public services, such as the police force, public transport, pensions, help for the elderly, the young, support for the poor, the list goes on. The money which is meant to come back to our service is not being paid, contributing to the financial crisis in our country today. The government continues to impose austerity measures on us while giving social and financial benefits to those with enormous wealth, making the rich richer, and the poor poorer. Anonymous has declared war on this system which taxes the poor to feed the greed of the rich. Anonymous is not a force to trifle with. The businesses who avoid paying their tax should begin paying their fair share. We encourage the public to boycott the corporations who avoid tax and to join us in our campaign to give power back to the people. The reason the financial crisis continues today is because 1% of our population is profiting from the remaining 99%. It is time to open your eyes. It is time to see the truth. It is time we made change for the better. We are anonymous. We are legion. United as one. Divided by zero. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
Yeah.
Expect us.
That was them. That was Anonymous. And, you know, the only thing that I can say about Anonymous is you have to respect them because you don't know what their real deal is. They might be coming after us. They might not be coming after us. Oh, man.
Shit.
It sounds like Jay hit his toe on something, making it back to the...
kick the fucking stool.
He's hopping around, ladies and gents. I can see him in real live pain. This is not fabricated here at all. This is true. But anyways, Anonymous, they come online every once in a while, and they have so far botched a whole bunch of criminal acts, which is good.
Oh, man, I apologise about that if you heard me.
That's okay. What happened?
I kicked the wooden stool with my little toe. It really hurts. It still hurts, man.
It's still hurting.
It still hurts a lot.
You should scream out, Charlie. I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you've seen that video, huh?
Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
Oh, is that Charlie bit my finger?
Yeah.
Is that what you're on about?
Yeah. Have you seen that one?
Okay.
Of course
I have.
you have.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I can move my video around. That's pretty cool. I did not know that.
Another thing that's really cool that I think you did is you moved everything over to SoundCloud.
I did, yeah.
Pretty cool, man.
Because it was a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
They still haven't. I think they're having a sort out. I think they're making podcasting its own thing on SoundCloud, so they still haven't got an RSS feed, so we still can't upload stuff there. And it won't go to like Stitcher and iTunes, so we've still got to use Spreaker. But I've cancelled the account on that, so we just get 20 hours. So we're going to have to filter stuff through, take stuff off as and when we need. So I've taken loads of stuff off. I've kept the top 5 or 6 shows on there.
Right.
We've still got quite a bit of space. But as and when we run out, we'll have to take a couple of shows off, put some on, until SoundCloud get their RSS feed. Once they get that sorted, we'll be able to just get rid of Spreaker completely and just go straight to SoundCloud. But all the shows are on there, apart from there was one I couldn't get on, and that was the Luke and Joshua interview.
And that's because why?
Every time I uploaded it, it come back saying that there was some rejection because of copyright. Now I went through the show quickly, and I found a couple of songs that I took out and added different songs on. I tried to get out, but a third time I did it, and it come back saying that it was being kicked out because of copyright. So I just thought,
weird.
You know what, it's one show out of about the 25 odd we've done.
Yeah, well, I can't think of what song is being played there. What song did I play on that episode?
I didn't get a chance. I know you did play a dubstep version of LaRue, Going In for the Kill, whatever it's called. But I took it out, and I put Ray Cordell's Infection on. And
I can't blame him. If I was a big famous musician, I would get so pissed if somebody just went and bought just stole my music, you know?
Thing is, I wouldn't. Because at the end of the day, they've made so much money for that, and us publicising that music is good for them.
Yeah, it's
just a way of people making money.
But here's the
where
thing:
they shouldn't make money.
Is if you grow up as a musician, right, and then you finally get your big break, and you get to become part of a band, a no-name band that nobody's ever going to listen to or respect, pay attention to, you still. Yeah. Let's say you're a drummer, like I was. You have to load your drum set up, right? Well, first you have to find a car that your drum set will fit in, and then you take it. You take it 100 miles to a place and hope somebody shows up, and then you have 15 people show up to listen to your band suck, which is wonderful. And then you load everything back.
Is this all experience, is it?
It's all experience, man. And then some people boo you, some people hiss you, and some people kind of like, some of the roadies, they like you. But there's no roadies. It's just you and, a couple chicks. But,
awesome.
Yeah, man. Whenever I think about all the blood, sweat, and tears that go into becoming famous like that, and somebody goes and steals music like I do, it's just heartbreaking.
Thing is, in my eyes, there's a difference between stealing music, like piracy, downloading illegally for free, and playing music that you already own on... like a show that you're running for free. It's not like we're making any money out of it.
Hold on. We're not, listen to this, Jig. I'm not trying to interrupt. Come here, Thaddeus.
All right. Switchblade, buckshot, Uzi and my 9. Cold drink, lot of food, running out of time. This ain't no game, gonna kill the dead. If they get up, shoot them in the head. Pick up your feet when it's time to run. Get to safe house, then we have some fun. Lock tight, double check, look into the fields. Mark down every last zombie you have killed.
That's right.
I'm going to let him tell you himself what he did. He just came to me, asked me if he could have a drink, and I said, no, just give me 15 minutes and I'll get you a drink. He's not coming back because he's embarrassed. So I asked him what he wanted. He said he wanted milk, and I said, just give me 15 minutes and I'll be back, and I'll get you some milk. And so a couple minutes goes by. You start talking. I'm into what you're saying, and then he shows back up. His face is covered in milk, and his shirt is covered in milk, and he said, a little bit of milk spilled on me. And so I said, is that a little bit of milk, or is it a lot of milk? And he said, I spilled all the milk. And so what in my head right now in the kitchen, this moment in time, there's a gallon of milk with milk pouring out the side of it.
Oh, no.
So look, I want you to find something intriguing to talk about, and I'll be right back. Okay? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're so sorry. You're never sorry.
I am sorry.
That's fantastic. Well, what should we talk about? Oh, we can talk about I'm getting a Mac. That doesn't sound promising. To be honest, I'm quite happy listening to Ed. Oh, bless him. Yeah, so anyway, we've you can catch us on SoundCloud now. All of our shows are on there. We've got loads of shows, including the recent Armed Citizen Project interview, and I think it's Ed shaking his head and saying 1 second.
Actually, it's so bad I'm going to go take a picture of it. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's not very good. And yeah, I have been trying to update all of our stuff, all of our WordPress and our Facebook as I've been going, but with the babe here it's a bit hard, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we've got the anonymous video is on our WordPress page and our Facebook page. Check it out, it's very interesting. They've got loads of videos on YouTube. If you just check out search for anonymous, I think I did, and it come up with plenty of content you can search for. Have a look at some of them, see what you think, and let us know. With our Facebook, I think I tend to update Facebook a lot more than I do WordPress, to be honest. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, you can see pictures of Ed's new studio he's got going, and the reason he's been out is because he's been revamping his studio, revamping his computer, to get things ready for, now. This builds up of a show, which is always fantastic, because the internet fucking hates us. But yeah, check out our other shows. We've got loads of other shows. SoundCloud is the place to go. You can find us on Spreaker, you can find us on Stitcher, you can find us on iTunes, you can find us quite a lot of places. You can find us on Windows applications. If anyone's got a Windows phone, I've got a Windows phone recently, and it took me ages to find something to run all of my podcasts I listen to, all of the podcasts on the Podgods Network. There was either some, or there was none, or there was just ours. So it was hard. Well, I found one called the Podcast Lounge. There's a free version and there's a paid version. You obviously paid version, you get a bit more for it. You get to download episodes to your phone, things like that. But it's got every single podcast on the Podgods Network on there. You can find it. And I know because I've got them all saved on my phone. So yeah, we've got like Zombie Life Podcast, We Love Movies, On Social Network, Dirty Rotten Show, Oddcast Podcast, Random Variety Podcast Show. There's loads of them. Evil Teddy Bear Podcast, Salty Language, Anti-Semantic Show. There's hundreds of them. You know, that's just a few of them. I ain't going to go through them all because there's loads of them. But you can find them all here. It's called the Podcast Lounge. It's a great little app. We've got loads of podcasts on there. So if you've got a Windows phone, you're struggling for somewhere to find podcasts, I'd definitely recommend that one. It is a fantastic little podcasting app. But I went to see The Evil Dead the other day, the new remake, and as similar as it was very similar to the original. Few differences in that, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest. It was really, really freaky. And my girlfriend it freaked her out a bit, and I can imagine that's what it was like back in the day when the original came out. You know, I think it may have been banned in some places because it was quite freaky, and it is very, all these people being possessed. It does shit you up a bit, but it's definitely where I recommend watching it, like for definite. It's awesome. So I need a drink of water. It's a bit warm here tonight. As far as films go, we've still got World War Z due for release soon, which is the next zombie flick I'll be going to see. That does look pretty shit hot, to be honest, and I'm really looking forward to it. If anybody wants any ideas for things to read, then obviously The Walking Dead, I recommend it highly. The Walking Dead graphic novels, much better than the TV series. TV series is shit, don't watch that. Read the graphic novels, they're much better. But some of the list of stuff I've been reading, Chew's quite a good one. If you want to read Chew, it's about a dude who's can see something's life if he takes a bite out of it. So he takes a bite out of an apple and it can see what pesticides it was used, where it was being grown, what happened to it, how it was picked, what happened to it then, and stuff like that. And they use him in the government to figure out murders and stuff that happens. So we can take a bite of dead bodies and find out what happens and solve murders and stuff like that. So definitely check out Chew. But I've been reading a graphic novel called Crossed recently, which is proper graphical. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Jig.
You're
Sorry
right.
about that.
It's all right.
I'm sending you 2 photos right now on Facebook of the devastation that milk can cause. That was crazy.
Bless him. I did hear him apologise though, and
He
if anybody
did.
apologised like that, I would have to forgive them because he's such a sweetheart. Bless him.
Yeah, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Bless him. I've just been talking about The Evil Dead. I've been talking about World War Z. I've been talking about some of the comics I've been reading as well. Some of the zombie comics, like obviously The Walking Dead. A graphic novel called Chew, and I've just started reading one. I read the first book a couple of weeks ago called Crossed, and I was just saying about if anybody hasn't read it, it's definitely worth the read, but it is so graphical. I've never known a book to be so graphical. Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by graphical? It just puts images in your head and...
No. They've put images in the comic. Let me just get a second.
So what is it exactly? Do they describe?
Well, it's about an infection that takes over people, and it basically tells them. You've seen the film The Crazies, haven't you?
Yes.
It's basically a more extreme version of that. It turns people mental, and they rape and they kill people, adults, children. They just proper go to work on it. Oh my
gosh!
And some of the content, like there's a bit in here. Excuse my language, and I do apologise. Anyone who doesn't like swearing, cover your ears. But there's a picture here of a boy who's been turned into one of these people they call the Crossed, and he's saying, "Mummy, you fucking cunt." That's the sort of content it is. It's very, don't give it to your children because it's definitely, it's an 18 plus. I would say it's even 21 plus.
So people just literally start losing their mind.
They get infected and they lose their mind and they just go on this big killing, raping rampage. They rape people and then kill them first. If you're lucky, you'll get killed and then raped first. But there's a bit in here I started reading, and it's one of those books you think it can't get worse than this, and it does. It gets proper graphical, but there's a bit. I'm just trying to find it now. They're in like a tunnel, like a cave sort of thing, and they start getting chased by these crossed people, and a woman falls, and I think she breaks her ankle or she twists her ankle or something. And anyway, she tells her husband to go and take their son or daughter or something. Here it is. Yeah, and she's saying, where is it? Yeah, she's basically saying, look, go, leave me here, just leave me to it, shoot me in the head, leave me to it. He can't do it, he stays with him. Well, these people end up catching up with him. And I don't know if you can see that picture there, Ed.
Yeah, I see it.
Can you see
Yeah,
it?
wow, that's amazing.
Basically, they've got the bloke bent over and they're raping him, they're raping the woman, they're chopping the kid's limbs apart.
Oh
and then they
my
just kill
gosh!
It's a proper. It's so graphical. It's really like whoever thought it up is proper wrong in the head. But it's definitely worth the read. It's such a good read.
I wonder if we can get him on the show. And ask him what the hell is his problem.
Well, on the front it's got 2 names: Gareth Ennis and Jason Burrows, and I think one of them was. Wrote another one before this. I can't remember what the name of the book was they wrote before it, but yeah, it's so graphical, but it's such a good read. It's one of those reads you start and don't want to put down.
Yeah. Well, that looked like a big, huge picture. What's the name of that one again?
It's called Crossed.
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 Does it explain so far exactly how people got crossed, or if it's a disease or
not
virus?
I think it's a virus, but I don't think you actually find out. It's just, it kind of happens. It's one of these things, like it starts off a bloke working in a diner, and this dude walks in. They've got they call them the cross because they've got like these cross marks on their head.
Okay.
Almost like a Christian cross, a religious cross sort of thing. And it goes
across. Man.
I think it goes just below their eyes, over their nose.
Yeah.
Down the middle of their nose, down their mouth.
Huh.
And yeah, this dude walks into a restaurant and slaps an arm on the bar, and then just goes crazy. The dude who owns the restaurant comes out and tells him to get lost, and he rips a chunk of flesh out of the dude's neck, and Yeah, it's proper madness, man, but it's proper. It's a sick book. It's awesome.
Well, I've read a couple things that are that kind of push my boundaries, but sometimes I get into some stuff. I'm like, you know what? I love zombies, but sometimes things are just too much for me. Call me a puss, but I'm just a big teddy bear on the inside, you know.
It's good. There's a website you can go to called www.crossedcomic.com.
Okay.
And it will probably tell you a bit about it. It's got the webcomic, emergency broadcast system, imprint, local response team, store, blah, blah, blah. And all that stuff. So, yeah, go and check it out. It's on volume 3, I think, by the looks of things. I don't know.
Well,
yeah, it's worth it.
I have to go check that out, because that kind of stuff freaks me out. But the dark side of me still wants to kind of tiptoe into the super dark side and just, ride the fence of insanity. And if they went into all the work of putting artwork to it and everything, that might be really creepy.
It is. It's proper. You read it and you think, like, I'm going to hell just reading this book.
Ooh, maybe I shouldn't read it then.
It's awesome. But
yeah, there's there's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. I spoke with Brian Grella from The Stranger Beside Me.
Yeah, boy.
And he said that we could play a couple of their songs on our website. On anything that we find on YouTube, we can play the video on our website. And if I buy the album, then we can talk about it a little bit and play it on the show.
I bought the album ages ago, me.
Oh, dude, don't you just love it?
I do. I haven't listened to it for a long time, and I sat and listened to it at work the other day. And it is such a good album. I do like it, and I'm hoping they produce some more content, to be honest, because they're a sick band, and I'm just a bit disappointed that I know they may not be like humongous. I mean, I've only heard of them because of the fact that Brian was on the Dirty Rotten show,
right?
And Pete played a few songs on that, so I listened to it and I really, really liked them. So I downloaded the album off iTunes. And
it's amazing.
It's a sick album. It is a sick album, but they only seem to be doing gigs in the States, if Utah, if they even go out of Utah, sort of thing. So it's a shame that they don't come to the UK.
Well, they have to build their fan base first, and they have to be able to be accepted on the road before they can be accepted in the skies. But man, I know that they're working on some new stuff, and it's great to listen to if you're going out to kill zombies on a nice Saturday evening. But man, I love what they have going on, and as soon as they release their new song, he said that we could play it here on the Zombie Life podcast, and so I'm excited about that.
It just annoys me most, the fact that a band like them can't get. I've just got your picture. Can't get recognised, but it takes them years and years to get recognised, and then you get these faggy little pricks like One Direction, who turn up on the X Factor in the UK, sing a little song, don't even win the tournament, and then they make it massive in America as well. I'm like, just die. A lot of
you can see how shallow radio has become. It's just terrible.
And it is nice to see. In the UK, there's a lot. They're playing a lot of stuff on radio shows, main radio shows that I like to listen to. Like one of my favourite all-time bands are called Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah,
they started playing some of their stuff on Radio 1, which is quite a big radio station in the UK. Right. And it is nice. It is nice to hear some of that sort of stuff being played. But I give up listening to radio because of the fact that it plays the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. So I stick to listening to albums and stuff on my MP3 player. And the Stranger Beside Me are one of my top albums on there. I love it. It's such a good album.
It is, and they're all such great guys, man. I want to have them on this show, but he said that we could play their music until that happens.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool,
dude. I want to tell you about a movie that I saw. I've seen it before, but I watched it again about 3 days ago.
What was that?
It's called Pontypool. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, that's one I haven't seen.
They're pulling two people out of a van. Oh, my God, they're fighting.
What you are hearing is an actual radio broadcast. It is the only recording of the event.
Roadblocks preventing people from leaving and entering the area.
Everybody is under quarantine.
Cut!
We still do not have an official version of these events, and it's very difficult at this moment to get a fix on what has happened.
Oh God! These people are trying to eat their way inside.
They cut into our signal.
Ken?
Their eyes. He's looking at me.
For your safety, please avoid contact with family members and refrain from the following. All terms of endearment. For greater safety, do not translate this message. Not translate. Just listen to me.
Now, Pontypool is, once it says right here, shock jock Grant Mazzy has once again been kicked off the big city airwaves, and now the only job he can get is in the early morning show at CLSY Radio in the small town of Pontypool, which broadcasts from the basement. So he's basically like a Howard Stern type figure, and he gets kicked out to this little small no-name town. And some weird things happen. And I'll break down what this zombie movie is about. And a lot of people that are listening to the show, I know you've already seen it, but it really kind of hit home with me because it's along the same lines as the book that I'm writing, but different. The thing that's cool about Pontypool is it seems to be that it's a virus that goes out among people, right? But it's not a virus that you contract within your blood. It's something that you read or see on your computer screen. And so they had like a warning go out, and it's like this thing that types across the screen. It says, "This is something is going on," and it's in some foreign language. And then it says the last sentence is, "Don't translate this into English." And the whole thing, he's actually reading it on the air to everybody that's listening. And so the whole town goes into, it just goes berserk. And it's really a cheaply made film because it's all takes place inside this one building, this one room, basically. Yeah. But certain words trigger the virus, and people just start going crazy. And it's kind of a thing like if you say, I went to the store and I saw a black cat. And then all of a sudden, black cat, the words black cat seem to be really weird to you. It's like, why would they use the word black and cat to describe that? Because that's nothing. And then you start getting into the specifics and theory of what the word is, and it just ends up driving you crazy, and people start killing each other and eating each other. And it's a good movie, man. You should check it out.
It does sound good. A lot of people talk about it and stuff.
If it's on YouTube, we should play it for the next movie on our website, for sure.
Yeah, we can have a look. If it's such a big movie, then
it's cool,
I
man.
Struggle to get it, but I can definitely have a look. Ooh,
I just went to YouTube just now, and I'm going to type in Pontypool.
Oh, you're looking, are you?
And see what happens. Pontypool, full movie. Bam, it's right here. You can play it on. It came out in 2008. And it looks like you can play the whole thing on our website. Really cool.
Let's have a look. I might better do that now because sometimes sometimes they don't let you Pontypool.
Yeah. I wanted to cover scary video games real quick. Zombie-based scary video games.
Okay.
New scary video games. Okay, you know the PlayStation 4 is coming out, which you've already said that you're going to get for sure.
You're going to laugh, and you're not after what I've just bought.
I guess you're not going to get it? No. Well, there's a whole bunch of new games that are coming out because the PlayStation 4 is going to have this new engine that is going to push PC-grade graphics. And to a point to where you can actually plug your keyboard into the PlayStation and use your keyboard to play. So that's unprecedented. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe you can do that with the Xbox already because it's.
I can't say I've ever tried to play a game with it. I hate keyboards. If anything, I'll try and get my Xbox controller to play via my PC.
Right.
I've never tried. You may be able to do it. I know you can connect it up and you can use it for like stuff like text, like messaging people and stuff like that, you can use a keyboard.
Right.
But yeah, I've never. I can't say I've ever used it for games, and I don't think I'd ever want to use it for games, to be honest, because it's a bit.
Well,
no one
my
likes a
son,
keyboard.
my son, he just got a game called Arma 3 for the PC. Because I bought him to graduate high school. I just bought him this monster PC, and he bought a game called Arma on it. And Arma comes with an attachment game called DayZ. Have you heard of that?
It rings a bell.
DayZ is a full open world sandbox video game that has well, you're obviously fighting zombies, but it's real, and so everything you can actually cross the road and twist your ankle and break it, and you have to get drug off because it's somebody's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Oh shit!
Sounds different, I suppose. You right?
Yeah. I thought that I stopped recording, but I didn't.
Yeah,
anyways, DayZ is a new game. Well, it's not that new, but it's a game on PC that you should check out if you have one.
But I won't be doing it yet because I won't be doing it now because I'm not putting anything on this laptop because it will hopefully be going soon. So
it'll be gone soon.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is there gonna be a special price for people that listen to the show?
Well, yeah, the special prize will be they can buy my laptop.
Oh, that is special. And you'll sign it. You could sign it. Jig the Zombie Killer.
I'll sign it.
Yeah, you'll sign it. Jig the Zombie Killer.
It's a lovely laptop. It's an Asus.
Okay.
And it's that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you the spec or anything because I don't know off the top of my head. And I'll pull all the little stickers off that come with it. It's one of those them ones that are always cool. It never gets hot.
Huh.
The casing is always, you touch it, it's always a case is always cold.
Well, that's cool.
It's a bit warm at the moment because I've had my hands on it, but it stays cold. It's lovely.
Right.
But yeah, I've only had it not too long, I don't think, but now I'm upgrading to a Mac.
Ooh.
And it's coming on Monday.
And it's not a laptop, it's an actual tower, right?
Well, it's less the tower because they don't come with towers today. Everything's built into the PC monitor.
What? That's how yours is?
Yeah.
So they don't make a tower anymore, is what you're saying?
No. All it comes is you get it's a 27-inch monitor, and everything's built into the monitor. The only thing you get outside of the monitor is a wireless keyboard about that big.
Wow.
About that big. And a mouse. That's it.
Dang. Was it really, really expensive?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
you will be on top of...
I'm paying on finance, so I pay it off monthly, so I pay like £45 a month.
So with the new baby in the house, what did your wife say? Did she say, look, here's what you have to do for me if you get a computer?
Yeah, basically, she said if you get that, we've got to get married. And I was like, oh, you'll be able to afford to get married now.
There you go. Well, go buy a ring.
It was happening. It will happen one day.
You want me to make you a ring at my job? I'm a machinist, so I can make you a wedding ring.
Yeah, you could do. Why not? Cheaper way of doing it. Send it over.
You cheap ass. That's terrible. You have to buy it from a pawn shop and tell her that you got it from like a really expensive jewelry store.
Yeah. No, she'll get it eventually. She'll get her marriage. I'll just I this is just like a little present for me and for her as well. She'll use it. She knows she will. And I have said, if anything happens and I find I can't afford it, then I'll sell it and use the money to pay it off. But I feel I can afford it, and I feel that it's not going to, jeopardise anything else. So yeah, she agreed it on the pretense that we'll get married. So.
Well, good. I think that you should be married, man, and it's not for anything paper. Sorry, and it's not for the paper trail that leaves behind for insurance purposes, because that's why the system wants you to be married. It's just cool, man. It's cool to be able to sit down with your bros and say, yeah, I'm married. What's up?
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's not a problem. I just, I'm not in any massive hurry. I know people who have like been together half the time. Me and my partner have been together, and they're getting married like this year.
Yes.
I just think sometimes everybody seems to rush things, and that's the sort of thing that I only plan on doing once. And if I'm going to do it, I want to do it. I'd like to do it properly. I'd like to do it in a church, and I'd like to have a sit-down meal afterwards, and things like that. And I'd like to do it properly. So
right.
I'll get.
Well, why don't you come over to the States? Why don't you come over here, and we'll set you up with a beautiful place to get married. It'll be where me and my wife got married. It'll be 17 floors above the city of Houston, and we'll have food and dancing and all kinds of stuff.
Dude, that sounds awesome. If I can afford to get out there, to be honest, it probably costs less for me to fly out there and do it that way. But it's awesome. Yeah. So that's the
well, good.
The deal.
That's a good plan, and not to veer off that too much, but I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm almost complete with, which is the Frequency book. Ooh, snap!
There you go. You can send that over with my T-shirt.
Yeah, I will.
And my custom-made ring.
So, as you know, for the last 2 years, for almost 2.5 years, I've been kindly on and off writing a book, and it wasn't even supposed to be a book at first. It was just something to do. But now I'm working with Julianne Snow, and she's going to edit the book, and she said we have to go through a couple editing processes. But this book is basically done. I have like 2 chapters left to write, and at the very end, I can tell you what's going to happen if you want me to right here.
No, don't spoil it.
Or I can tell you off the air. But it's basically a story about a group of people that realize they're part of a huge conspiracy that the government is putting on through means of frequency, through radio waves and television and all that stuff. And then they come to find out that even they have been hornswoggled by, everything just goes crazy, man. It goes crazy at the very end. There's this big, huge FEMA camps come out and start enslaving people and cracking whips, and zombies are running rampant, ripping faces off, and it's wonderful, man. I love it.
Dude, I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
It's good.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
I solicited the help of my brother Micah to help me come up with an ending, because he is much, much, much smarter than I am, even though he's a little bit younger. His brain is more evolved. Mine kind of went the way of music, so I really understand music and audio, and he kind of went the way of, he's really musically inclined too. You've heard some of his shit. But
he's my ringtone and my early morning wake up call is actually a song of his from SoundCloud.
Really? No way.
When it rains?
When it rains, yeah.
Yeah,
incredible.
It was a song that you used in
Chronicles
of the Apocalypse, and I really liked the piece of music. So now, here, let me show you. Actually, I could probably show you with the alarm.
He is amazing.
Like tomorrow morning, my alarm will go off at 3:50.
Okay.
And this is the song it will play. Can you hear that?
Oh, man. I love that.
Yeah. Takes a little while to... In a minute. Can you hear it?
Yeah, of course. I love it.
This is the song if anyone can hear it.
You want me to tell you a little bit about that sound?
So I'm trying to see if I can pick it up on me microphone, but it's not seem to be picking
up. Okay, so you hear the bells in the back. You hear the bells that actually make the melody of the song, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the background there's this weird whispering kind of droning noise that kind of spins around, right?
Yeah.
That is supposed to be audio of a real UFO. And so he went and found the audio of somebody that witnesses and testifies to it and used that to create a song. Isn't it amazing?
That's pretty sick, if I do say so myself.
If you go to SoundCloud, awesome. you look up Lord Mike and you find all his music. He's incredible.
I'll get a link and I'll put it on the website. I might be able to drop it so you can go straight to the website and have a listen to it. Because it's such a good song, and it fitted really well. If anybody's listened to Chronicles of the Apocalypse, then they would have heard it. And it's such a cool track. It's just nice and mellow and relax. Oh yeah, some of the links he's put in, the tags, he's put Beamship, UFO, Rainy Day. And I can't even say an awesome tune.
At the very end of Chronicles, I think, is when that gets played. Chronicle, I'm trying to find it on YouTube right now, but if you go to YouTube or our website at zombielifepodcast.wordpress.com, there's even links to it on our Facebook at Zombie Life Podcast. You can listen to Chronicles of the Apocalypse. It's about 2 hours long almost.
I keep listening to it now. I'm hooked on it.
And it's really, really good, man. You should give these guys a chance and listen to them, because it's not actors. These are real people that were given lines to read from a writer, author, Simon. His name is Simon. How do you say his last name? Simon Nilsson. I don't know. I keep saying Nelson for some reason, but Simon Nilsson is the guy who wrote all the parts for it, and these people got together and we put this awesome audio story about zombies together. It's amazing.
Chronicles it was very good. It's awesome. It's so good. It's definitely worth. I listen to it every now and again. I'll have a listen, and I can't get enough of it. It's awesome. And everybody did such a good job about it. That's what I like. Everyone did such a good job.
Yes, I think I have the. Here it is, right here. Amazing. I don't know, but at the very end of it, you hear that song. Yeah. And it's really cool.
With a little girl.
I love it. Yeah. So, dude, what do you think is going on with the world, man? There's a lot of stuff going on. Did you hear about those crazy people down here in the Boston area that are shooting people up and stuff like that, terrorists?
The Boston bombings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's well, it's batshit crazy, really, isn't it?
Yeah. You want to hear the conspiracy behind that?
There's always a conspiracy behind something.
There's always a conspiracy behind it, right?
But go for it.
So, supposedly there's two guys that came over here from somewhere else. I'm not even going to say where, because everybody's just going to stereotype them. But they came over here and supposedly put down. Yes. So they supposedly put down backpacks and blew a whole bunch of people up, and people lost their legs and their arms and stuff like that. And that is just horrific, because it was all on TV, and it was just an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And I'm not making it Hollywood. I'm really saying it was terrible. But so they said that these two guys did it. They said that they don't have exact footage of them putting the backpacks down, but they had a backpack that kind of looked like the one that they had, basically. And so they ended up cornering these two guys in the streets, and they had a big, huge shootout. And all these cops, basically every cop within the tri-state area came to kill these two guys, and they couldn't do it. So they put the city on lockdown, right, and finally cornered these guys in a road. And there's other videotapes that have come in where you can hear the guys saying, "I didn't do it. We didn't do it. Leave us alone. Stop chasing us. We're innocent. It's not us." And if I was a thug creep, I'd probably end up saying the same thing too, given their position. But who knows?
I think most people, to be honest.
Yeah. So one of them got shot, and the other one hopped in a car and supposedly freaked out and ran over his brother, or ran over his head or something, and killed him. Well, the conspiracy. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah. So the conspiracy is that it wasn't him that got in the car at all. It was a cop that got in a car and ran him over and killed him. Now, if these guys were the guys who caused, were the ones who put down the bombs and blew all those people up, I can't say what I would do exactly, but there's more and more evidence coming out that we're not even sure if it was them. We know that somebody did it, something happened, but we're not sure if it was them. And now there's evidence coming out that it was an inside job, and it's just, you don't know what to believe anymore, you know? You just don't know what to believe.
It's mad, the stuff that's happening nowadays. It's just, a lot of it's getting worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember, I haven't really looked too much into it, but I remember hearing about it on the news, and I couldn't believe it. And, at the same time, obviously, not long later, they had the London Marathon, so, people wondered whether there was going to be like a repeat action down here as well. But,
right.
I mean,
man.
Luckily enough, nothing did happen, but...
That is...
it's harsh that people can go ahead and do these sorts of things, and I mean, there was like kids killed, and that's just a horrible thought to know that, you went out one day to prove yourself, that you can do this sort of thing, because it's not hard to run it's not easy to run a marathon. You go out to prove yourself and to do something, people do it for charity and all sorts, but you go out and and people died, and it's a sickening thought. And at the end of the day, anyone who's involved
who
in
knows
it, I
why
think should be put in a sewer, sliced up with razor blades and left for the rats, to be honest.
See, that's the thing, dude. That's the thing. Supposedly, these creeps, if they can't get a trial here, they send them off to Guantanamo Bay, right? Well, there's people from Guantanamo Bay now saying that, hey, we've been here for 8 years, 12 years, 16 years, and we're innocent. It's been proven that we're innocent, but we can't get people to listen to our story to let us go. And so... in their situation, the bad guy has already been caught and tried and in American prisons, but the people that were wrongfully accused are still sitting it out in Guantanamo. I don't know how to say the damn word. Yeah, Guantanamo. So I don't know, man. Who knows? But it makes me wonder, when's Jesus coming back? Or when are we going to see some aliens? Or when am I going to see Bigfoot walk across my street? Because, I mean... everything is going to hell in a handbasket, and I expect to see some kind of supernatural thing by now. Come on.
You reckon?
Give me some zombies to kill out. That's what we need to relieve some stress, dude. It's some
sort
zombies.
of infection.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be infected. That means that I might die too. Oh, I just need to see the original living dead come from their graves. And so we can kill them. Would humans be outnumbered? Do you think if the dead came back to life?
If all of the dead come back to life, surely there's a lot more dead people than there are living humans.
Yeah. Yeah, but
maybe.
But let's just say there's 40 to 1. Okay, let's say that there's 40 to 1. That means that. There would probably be a lot more than that. Let's say that there's 100 to 1. So in your lifetime, you would have to take out 100 zombies to survive, given if they were runners or walkers or they had one less leg or one less arm or something.
I would rather they weren't runners. I'd rather they were just walkers.
You don't want them to be like that graphic novel you're looking at?
Shit, no.
They run and chase you down and rape you until you're dead?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Oh, man, that book, I wouldn't be able to read that book. That's too much for me.
It is a lot. It's cool, though. It's cool.
And to be so graphic, I don't know. I could probably handle it for a little while. Oh, dude, you know who called me on the phone last night?
Who?
Scott Zarowski called me personally on my cell phone last night.
Oh, yeah. Mega. He's cool, dude.
And he was so drunk, dude. I totally nailed. Remember last time I told you that I think that he was drunk whenever he called?
Yeah.
First thing, whenever he called last night, he was so hammered, dude. But it was a really good conversation. He invited me to his house to party and stuff. It was really cool.
Does he live far from you then?
No, he lives somewhere in Houston. I don't know exactly where, but I've seen some of his new posts on Facebook. And if you go find my Facebook page at William Hauser, you can get a link to the Zombie Life podcast and to Jig and everywhere. But you can see this guy's car. He's got a sweet Challenger, man. The new ones. He's got a new Challenger.
I think I've seen the picture of it. I do remember seeing
it's all
picture of a
blacked
car.
out and everything. It looks like a straight up zombie killing machine. But he's He's a ghost hunter. So he's the true blue Ghostbuster, and he invited me to go on a ghost hunting excursion with him. So I'm excited for that.
He's pretty badass. He is.
Hell yeah.
He is. I've just quickly. We can get back to the same subject. I've put a link on our SoundCloud website. Our WordPress website. When you go on the website, zombielifepodcast.wordpress.com, down the right-hand side, there's like on the top, you've got our Podgods Award for being the best podcast on the Podgods Network, because we are the best.
Yes. That's right.
Just below that, you've got a whole database of all of our podcasts that you can listen to on SoundCloud, every single one of them. Just below that, you've got the whole story of Chronicles of the Apocalypse. So you can listen to that on the website as well. And just below that, I've put a link. You can listen to all of Lord Micah's music that he's made.
Oh, cool. There it is right there. I just went to it. Very cool.
So people can listen to it. And when it rains, that's the tune that I wake up to every morning. And it's nice and relaxing. And it makes you not want to get out of bed.
Yeah, and now you know that it's a real-life UFO in the background, too.
It's cool. It's awesome. And you can also hear that bit of music in Chronicles of the Apocalypse as well, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man, there is a lot of stuff going on, huh? We need to podcast more often.
We do. Well, now we're back on track. Now we've got things going.
Now we're
again.
back on
should
track.
Be fine.
Hey, now that we're actually talking to each other, do you want to take 10 minutes and do our pod? God damn it!
Yeah, we could do.
Or should we not have it on the show, or should we?
Well, we'll do it afterwards.
We'll do it afterwards.
Should we wrap it up now, or do you want to keep going for a bit?
Yeah, we can wrap it up right now.
We'll wrap it up right now, and then we'll go into Pod Goddamn It afterwards. Awesome.
But do this. You don't actually have to do it, but just know about this before we hang up and go. If you take the logo of Apple,
Yes.
If you take Apple's logo, which is the apple with a bite taken out of it and the little leaf,
Yes. Yeah.
If you cut it in half and then mirror the image to itself.
Cut it in half down the middle, or?
Yes, cut it in half right down the middle.
Right, so
straight up and down.
Okay.
And then mirror image that to where you have a leaf on both sides, just opposite.
Yeah.
It makes like a perfect image of an alien with the big, huge gray eyes, and the long face and the shape of the body and everything. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna look.
And
I'll look. Somebody
who knows?
must have done that.
Yeah, I saw it online. I just thought that it was the coolest thing, and so I found so many things around my house to do it with, and I ended up just doing it on my tablet. But yeah, it's just like a freaking gray alien. It's really, really cool.
Apple logo.
So do that on your spare time, everybody that's listening.
Apple logo mirrors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it does.
You see it?
How sick is that? Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
See,
somebody's
not.
Unless
I'm looking, somebody's not even cut it down the middle. Somebody is literally just taken the image on a side and flipped it.
Yes,
and you get like an alien impression. That is. I'm just seeing if there's a way that you've done it as well.
Isn't that cool?
But that's awesome.
Yeah,
what would that mean?
Pretty cool, man.
Steve Jobs.
I don't know. Is
Steve Jobs isn't dead.
He did look kind of funky.
Yeah, they all look pretty funky, to be honest. I can't see any pictures that are similar to it. But that's
so
awesome.
So everybody go to our website, zombielifepodcast.wordpress.com. Go to our Facebook at Zombie Life Podcast. Go to our Twitter at ZMBL Podcast. Where else? You can find stuff at missionairsoft.com. We're all over that place.
You can email us, zmblpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We have got a voicemail link. You can use that. I know they've updated their stuff now, and they are charging contracts. But I think they're charging like monthly payments now because they got a bit bigger. The SpeakPipe thing was only like a beta test, and you were getting it for free while they were making it better. And now they've made it really good, and it's got quite big. They're charging, but we still get so many minutes for free, so you can leave a message. And I think you can record for up to 5 or 6 minutes at a time. So there's a link on our Facebook there's a link on our Facebook page. There's also a link on our WordPress site as well. It's the last one in Cabals and Zombie Life Podcast voicemail. If you click on it, it will take you to another page, and then if you click on the link, send me a voice message, it will take you straight to send us a voice message. So you can do that as well.
Right. And look, if you guys listen to the show from Stitcher or iTunes, whatever, please share the show. Give us a thumbs up, 5 stars, whatever, and share the show because we want to move up as fast as possible, and we can't do it without the listeners. So please help us out.
Awesome. Well, I think that's about it, isn't it, for another show?
I think that's about it. There's some other stuff, but I'll save it for the next show. I've got some interviews coming up. So stay tuned.
Definitely. Awesome. It's been good to speak to you again. And it's been good to speak to you again.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I'll speak to you in a couple of minutes to do Pod God Damn It.
Yes, sir. Until then, this is Eddie Rotten.
Kill 'em all!
You didn't say Jig. You got to say this is Jig.
Oh, sorry. And this has been Jig. I've been Jig.
Yeah. Kill them all. Kill them all. We'll get it. We're getting back into it. That's okay.
Catch you later. Bye.
This is not a test. Please vacate the premises. This broadcast is being terminated.
The previous audio is supplied by EddieRotten.com. This is a fictional event. Anything that seems real or similar to real life is bullshit, and you're a fucking loser. If you're buying this shit, you're getting ripped the fuck off. Zombie Life Radio is not responsible for any similarities to real life, real or fake.